Okay, so while we're still trying to do that, let's quickly check out a training video. This one is just to get a short reaction before we talk about the topics that we have for today. Now, this one is where recently a tanker actually fell down, and with all the putting of from the FRSC putting of mics on their tanker board, and the FRSC trying to put officials on road to monitor these things, and people have been people have died, lost their lives, injured because of tanker explosions, but yet we still have people going close to a fuel tanker which has just fallen, and they're trying to scoop fuel. Let's quickly watch this video, and of course we'll react before we go to our topics for today. We'll be right back.
Slow down. When they rush, they go. Hey! Everybody, see, wait! See, Mona, I see this place. Mona, come out! Mona, sit down. Mona, come out. Leave there! Hey, how about that be J? Who is that? See. Sunday, J. So where can that get that now? I don't live now. We lost the CEO. Muna stop. Muna sit there. Muna come out. If they put for labor, they come. Muna leave. Where are they go? Driver, when I drive, nobody will know. I swear. Hey, back is one. Little above one.
All right, yes, you're welcome back. You're watching the buzz now. These are the things we keep telling Nigerians. I do not know how this is, but I know that once that thing explodes, that is it. It's all bygone. But we can't really start. Do you have anything to react to this? Because it's something that everybody keeps saying, but I do not know. People just keep risking their life because of what I don't know. I do not understand. Do you have anything to say?
People always risk their life for very common things, and I think the main factor is poverty. And I know you and I, when things like that happen, we will not go near it. You and I, you know, and you know those who cannot go near it, and you know those who will definitely.
try to go there?
Because of the high level of poverty and illiteracy in the country, it becomes very difficult for you to, not impossible, it becomes very difficult for you to manage this situation. Because people always look for freebies. All right, we always look for freebies. The other day, I told my son, I don't click on any link. I don't patronize those who send me link and say freebies. There is a particular online e-commerce platform that is asking people to refer for free to get coupon and the rest of it. And my son sent it to me. I ignored. So he took my phone in the night. I started pressing. I got mad with him. I said, I don't do that. That's where you get caught, by appreciating the freebies. Okay. Because it's a bait. It's a bait. Those guys, you wouldn't know the real link. So those bad guys will create something that looks like it. So the moment you click on the link, it takes them to your account and wipe out all the things that you have ever worked for in your life, even your contacts. So I believe that these things can be tackled, not at the level, that's what I'm saying, not at the level of onboard camera. Yes, it could be a secondary solution, but I don't think it's the primary solution. So what happened if the onboard camera, somebody drove because he has an onboard camera, he refused to check him, he refused to follow on the procedure before he takes off, and he get accident and he died in the process, and other people died in the process? What are you going to do with the onboard camera? Is it going to just show you what happened, and what step are you going to take? Why don't you take this step from before they take off? As they drive, you stop periodically, checking them, checking their alcohol level, checking drug level in their system, checking the functionability of the vehicle, of whatever they are driving. So you understand? So at the end of the day, this thing will continue to happen. Government will come out, they will do, and National Orientation Agency will do all manner of campaign. Don't go and scoop fuel when a man is hungry and a fuel is sold in those areas at almost about 1,000 naira per liter, and you say somebody should. I'm not calling for them. I'm telling you that the level of hunger, the level of poverty and illiteracy will definitely push them to doing it. So the right way of doing this essentially is for you to ensure that this thing do not happen. Guard against it. Guard against it. You may not be completely eradicated, but you can minimize the happenings. You can minimize the frequency of these things happening across the country. It's becoming a shame. It's becoming a disgrace, an embarrassment to a nation that every now and then people die in the process of moving a field from one point to the other, and the mishap happen. And that's why the English people have a name for it. Okay. Misfortune, mishap, mistakes. And in the process of this mistake, what do? Yes, like I said,
I will not even call it a mistake, because if something happens too frequently,
the mishap is that the definitely you can drive your car on the road, you can check all the engines
before moving,
and on your way to Tomiland Bridge, you started to match, you wanted to just step on your brake and it fails.
When it keeps happening, then
that's what I'm saying. But what do? We can also do something to ensure that the government can do something to ensure that so many people are not on the other side, I mean the poverty line. Because the lesser the people there, the minimal the fatality. Fatality
rather. Yes, that's true. Thank you very much. Okay, we have our Zoom guests joining already. Can we have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid and Comrade Ola Agbola? Can we have them on the screen? Let me welcome them properly. Good morning, Comrade. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I will know, even though it's a bit late, there's no cause for alarm. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Can we have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, please? Okay, I think Barrister Tinji is not yet joined us. Okay, something came up this morning, so we just want to briefly discuss that before we go for the topics we have for today, and that is Natasha's sexual harassment allegation against Akpabio, not before Senate. Of course, I'm just going to read through. The spokesperson for the Senate, Senator Yemi, has said that the sexual harassment allegation by Senator Natasha against the Senate President Akpabio is not before the Senate. And of course, he made his disclosure while speaking in an interview today. He also maintained that the only case before the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition is that Akpoti was not complying with the Senate standing order. He also said that the only matter before the Senate is between Senator Natasha and the rest of the senators, and that she's not complying with the standing orders of the Senate, but no other issue. It's also said that the Senate does not run the committee with senators, but the Senate president does not even run with its member. It's just an independent committee. Of course, we'll have details later after on. But when Natasha came out and she said if they make her in the talk, and eventually the first thing that came to my mind is I knew it was going to be a sexual harassment allegation, and of course, not to prove wrong, she actually came out with that. And we could know that a lot of women standing in favor of Akpabio came out and they were warning Natasha to leave their brother or their uncle or their father alone. They staged a protest, and a lot of people are like, oh, stage any protest you want, Natasha will still make her voice be heard. Now it's been a whole lot back and forth and all of that with what happened at the Senate. What is your take about all this matter? Do you think there's any truth in it? Well, like they said, no details for now until until later. But what do you have to say about this?
You remember Blossom on this program some 2 weeks ago when this issue Natasha and Akpabio happened on the floor of the Senate. I said obviously there's so much undercurrents that we are not aware. Maybe that's why the woman was raising her voice. I said that. Be that as it may, I want first to react to what Adara Mudu said. That means what Adara Mudu said is that no matter the allegation brought up, the weight of an allegation against the Senate or Senate leadership by anybody, if it is not
before the Senate,
if it is not reported or written to the Senate, doesn't mean Senate will sweep it under the carpet. First and foremost, I'm from Akwa Ibom State, so I should be speaking without any form of intimidation. I should be speaking for Akpabio, right? Yeah. But I'm not. I'm not going to speak for him. I wish he can. I want him to clear his name. Okay. At this point, I still believe that he's innocent because he's still at the level of allegation. So, for Akwa Ibom women to come out and say, leave our brothers in love. You see, I hope they will say the same thing to me because I'm not the Senate president. I'm nobody. When such a thing happens, they will also come out to make such protests for me. Such protests, in a way, actually make people believe that what Natasha is saying is true. So I want to call on everyone, including the Akpabio's wife. And Akpabio's wife cannot say that even before he got married, till this time, he has not been sexually harassed by Nigerian men or by any other man whatsoever. Yeah. All right. So harassment doesn't mean that you have had a carnal knowledge of somebody. So it's not that you have made improper advances at somebody's wife, and that's my own concern. All the things Natasha spoke about, you can't obviously try to make an advances at somebody's wife when the husband is present. It shows high level of disrespect. All right, that you don't disrespect the man, you don't disrespect the woman. All right, and let alone this man, according to both parties, you have mutual friends. You guys are friends. So that should be in itself push Akpabio, not even sending a third party like a wife to set up a ring light, all right, and start talking about it. It's not a show. It is a serious issue. Those issues in other climes, the Senate.
So do you think what the wife is doing is not something she's not even supposed to do that?
The wife don't have the rights. What the wife should have said if is accosted by the media is that my husband will clear his
name, okay?
Rather than supporting
your husband.
So I am a man. All right. My wife obviously wouldn't know all the things I do. Wouldn't know all the things I say in private. Wouldn't know the things I type from my phone to another person. So my wife would not want this because somebody came to say that I made some advances at the person.
Yeah.
My wife wouldn't be the first person
to respond to that
and begin to defend me. All right. I mean, the support that you give your husband in private is more important than the support that you take, because we are going to, at the end of the day, create sentiment. Akpabio Natasha is also from a place, Kogi State. So if the Kogi women said, why would the Senate president, you have to resign for harassing our daughter, how would he now look? It would now look like a comedy. Right. So every other person, you should hold their peace. All right, you should hold their peace. Let Senate president, at this point, it has become a public embarrassment to the Senate.
Yeah.
Even if nobody is reporting, the Senate should pick it up, because the person didn't just say it in the social media. So he is not a comedy in the social media. He gave this interview in a very serious conventional media. And I watched the interview. She was flipping through some certain document that she thinks she has.
Yeah.
So she's not mixing words with what she.
And probably she has evidences to what she says.
Whatever she says, but at this stage, Akpabio is still very innocent, because he has not been proven that he's guilty.
He hasn't proven guilty.
So, but I don't think to forestall such behavior in the workplace, in the Senate, in the government house, in the private sector, man, as serious as it is, in some organization in this country, in some banks in this country, a wife and the husband cannot work in the same company.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
To forestall some of these things and the rest of. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's a big issue. Senate should look into it and ensure that my brother, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, his name is cleared, and it should be cleared without intimidation. In fact, as a matter of fact, I will recommend that he step aside
for now, for the time being,
not leaving the Senate President.
Yeah, just
step aside, let the deputy
take over
that responsibility.
Okay, now that's a long one. All right, to be part of the program, apologies to our viewers, but as part of the program, Emmanuel will be displaying the number to call, and of course to send an SMS to be part of the program. Let's hear what you have to say concerning this happening at the with the Senate President and of course Natasha. But over to you, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. I do not know if we have him now, but if we do not have Barrister Tunji, let's go over to Comrade. Comrade, what's your say about this whole allegation that Natasha has alleged against the Senate President, and of course the reaction to his wife? You know, like they said, she put up a ring light and decided to respond to that, where it's supposed to be women supporting women, at least let the woman have a voice, and the protest staged by wives and mothers and sisters, saying that Natasha should take a seat back and leave their brother Akpabio, Senator Akpabio, alone. Then also the fact that our guest in here, Chief Godi, has actually said that he would advise that the Senate President step aside for the time being for the deputy to take over until he clears his name and proven non-guilty. Until then, we can't say he's guilty, but still let someone else take the seat, and while he, address what is going on right now. What's your take about all of this?
Yeah, thank you so very much. To me personally, I have to be, in solidarity. I'm in solidarity with Senator Natasha Akpabio. Yes, because if we are very, very observant, you even know that even before this allegation of sexual harassment came into the public domain, the Senate President most times have been addressing Senator Natasha as princess of the Senate. Go and check at plenary. And ordinarily, this is just it's an accolade, undue accolade that has been given to Senator Natasha, to the Senator Natasha by the Senate President. So it's part of, some, sign of advancement, whether, sexual harassment or so to call, but an advancement of something. Because she's a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the first place. So you don't want to address her in a different name entirely in the past. So he's a man, and ordinarily, you cannot say is righteous than Jesus Christ. Then, secondly, I have gone through all the allegations, within the public domain against the Senate President by Senator Natasha, that there was a time the Senate President actually invited Senator Natasha, to a hotel for a brief meeting, and, she now called Senator Ireti Kingibe at I've been invited by Senator Akpabio to a hotel for a meeting, and Senator Ireti told her that no official discussion of the Senate, to be at any place aside, the office of the senator or the Senate President, so to say. But Senator Natasha was at that meeting in that time. But with the consent, she told her husband, she has been emphasizing that there is no moves that she take that her husband is not aware of. And when she went to Senator Akpabio now told her that there is a juicy position, that she wants to, that she wants to put, or that is coming for somebody within the Delta, within Delta State, that he will want Senator Natasha to give him a nominee, so be it. And there was also a time that Senator Akpabio also called Senator Natasha as, at the dead of the night, around 1:30 to 2 a.m. and calling her, discussing some other things and everything like that. And even the husband was awake. And it seems maybe the man has said, "His Excellency," and said, "Who are you speaking to?" Then maybe Senator Akpabio overheard, and immediately he changed the conversation. So I have said that we are with Senator Natasha. It is a common norm among politicians when they are going down, they are falling. They will go about renting crowds, to come in support of them in solidarity. It is not new, but with the evidence, and Senator Natasha said there are a lot of WhatsApp conversations between her and Senate President. You get it now. That's a dangerous one. And if she can come out, she was even saying that it doesn't matter that the DSS can pull it down from the WhatsApp, platform and things like that. But she doesn't bother. She's not bothered about it. But presently, she has some, tests, that has transpired between her and Senator Akpabio. So I will align myself with Chief Foster that ordinarily, if it is a same crime, like even though if it is in the United States, for you to be alleged for sexual harassment as a public, official, first and foremost, you have to resign. You take a bow from that position for investigation, to be carried out, in respect of that allegation. So many cases are there that has happened in recent times in America. Even past presidents, we have been alleged for sexual harassment. So in this case now, we should allow the law to take its course. I am very, very happy that it is not something that is between the, in front of the Senate Committee, on ethics and privileges, because ordinarily they would have done it as a kind of in-house thing. So let it be, to another independent government agency to investigate this matter, because even we would not be happy for the Senate Committee or the Senate to set up a committee in respect of this allegation. And I'm very sure the woman, she's bold, she's very, very courageous. She will come out with her evidence. Even any test that has to do with anything that is unofficial, that does not have any relationship with her as a senator and the Senate President, definitely will be looked into holistically. And if found wanting, Senator Akpabio should not only, be asked to resign or impeached from that seat. He should be prosecuted because he wants to use his position as the Senate President, to suppress and to intimidate, other gender in the Senate, which ordinarily they are not small. They are just few of them, about 4 of them, so to see. So all these things that is playing out will be discouraging to women, that wants to go into active politics, because no man will want to allow, his wife to go into a politics whereby she will be harassed sexually, will be intimidated just to get positions or just to get to the higher height, of their political career. It should have come, on merit, and based on that, people or women, we always want to attain certain political feats in life. But with this, it's very, very discouraging and disgusting. Thank you. That's my opinion.
Thank you very much for for that impurity. Yes, we'll be having a lot of calls. Very soon I'll be picking other calls. We'll be having a lot of calls, and pretty soon we'll be picking calls and responding. Okay, let's pick this call while I ask Chief Godi another question. Hello, good afternoon. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Line has dropped. All right, let's pick this one. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, airtime. I don't know, maybe. Hello? Okay. Anyways, like we've said, this is something that is very key and important, which is something they should actually go. But you said something very key. You said that, okay, he said something, that's the spokesperson said that if the Senate has to attend to this allegation thing, then she has to report it to the Senate. But for now, the only issue is a standing order, which of course she has flaunted and she's refusing to listen to. But my question is, an allegation this strong, does it actually demand that she reports it to the Senate before they handle such a very sensitive and serious issue? Because the way they are going about it right now, from his own statement, is like they are not going to attend to it until it is being brought to the Senate. Do you think that is the best way they should go about it?
With all due respect, that is by going by clever by half. The Senate president, the Senate spokesperson, wasn't very eloquent about it this morning. I think I also saw the interview, and I felt it was highly economical with the truth. I don't know whether what I'm saying now they will take it up. Whatever, they will take it up, and I hope somebody must have written that somebody says the Senate spokesperson was economical with the truth. I felt that when a statement of that magnitude, okay, a statement of that weight is made by no means a person, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think the Senate is one of them, made against another person, a ranking member of the Senate, Senate president. And I think, with all due respect, the Senate should look into it. I mean, they have all the evidences of this thing being said everywhere. All right, they have it. Today, you can be convicted in the law court by making allegations, a libelous allegations against someone on the social media. All right, it can be. This is not a law court. I understand his position that the court cannot grant you what you didn't ask for. All right, Senate is the lawmaking organ. All right, now their image is being tarnished. If they cannot clear their name, then they are not worthy enough to make laws for Nigeria. All right. Now, if the Senate cannot tackle issue of sexual harassment, bullying, then what do they want the schools, the ivory towers, that's the university, the tertiary education, what do they want the people at that level to do? All right. So Senate is big, at least 109 Nigerians representing the entire senatorial district in this country. So when a situation like this, when an issue like this is being raised in a public arena, Senate shouldn't wait, because it's weighty. His allegation is weighty, and I don't even see whether he's a politician. I don't even see why a Senate. He even mentioned Akpabio did not even mince word. He mentioned calls. He mentioned a very revered majority leader, Senator Akpabio, in the conversation. And I don't know what kind of meeting young people have that you'll be calling somebody's wife by 1 a.m. Those things can wait, and that's what I'm saying. These things have so many legs that wherever you are tracing it to, there is a question to be
answered. Okay, well, thank you very much for that one. Let's pick some calls and hear what all the our viewers have to say. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone is saying I'm not picking your calls. They sent a message. Okay, I will pick it so you can keep calling. Hopefully your call goes through, then I'll pick it. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm fine, thank you. Please, what's your name and where you're calling from?
This is Harry.
Okay, Harry. Calling from where? Alakpa. Okay, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yes, it's a very issue. Of the Senate President. This is national harassment, which is the issue of the issue. What I really advise to share you are not from my side, as the like the church has people so much I want to do. And the way I yeah, I'm sure that what you said what the so pattern like this, I think I am how I think I don't think that I don't buy it.
Okay.
Just come out and I know the calling someone that midnight and I want to say that she make you
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that one. Thank you so much. Well, we heard from a viewer. He said that it's a big shame and a disgrace, and he's even saying it is a national disgrace for such an allegation to even be laid upon the Senate President. And he's questioning, why would you call somebody's wife at that time? What kind of important information that you have to pass to call someone at that time of the night?
Apart from that, we shouldn't forget that when this current Senate President was a minister, a certain lady also laid that allegation, and
too.
up to today,
nothing
that matter has not been properly resolved. So
okay.
I'm struggling to say that it is not true. Yes, because we are well-behaved people from Akpabio State. However, investigation must be carried out.
Okay, let's quickly hear another viewer. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Natasha from the land.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
From Lagos.
Lagos. Okay, please go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah, you see what is happening now is a total disgrace to the whole Nigeria. You see, there are certain things we have to look into. If what happens in the house didn't happen, will the woman come out to say that the Senate President is opposing her? You cannot say because certain things happen, we should be talking of another thing. She said her husband asked her, what is the man telling her, what is the discussion between them? She said she answered her husband that there is nothing. She now comes out now saying that her husband was there when she was the man was saying this, doing that, this and that. Before we judge anybody in this issue, God is here with whatever we are saying. Then another thing is that if she has any proof, by the time we are calling her, we are discussing these things, if she has any recorded things to prove her allegation.
Wow.
So this issue is something that I personally, when a man is having an issue with a woman, Where the woman will end it is that because I didn't agree for him, I didn't do it for him. That's why she was pushing it here and there. It has a common thing among man and woman.
Okay.
So if she can prove it, let her go and prove it. That is my own.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for calling. Thank you so much. Okay, let's pick another call right now. Okay, good morning. Good afternoon, rather. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, I want to comment about this Natasha, what they call her, what she call herself.
Okay, but before you do that, can you tell us your name and where you're calling from so we know?
I'm calling from Ifakojayi.
Okay.
My name is Chief Joseph.
Okay, sir. Chief, go ahead, sir.
Now, you see, this woman sometimes accused the Akpabio of the same matter. And this woman has been friendly, both the family were friendly with what we call it, president. The family, she and her husband are friendly with the
President Akpabio.
Want to transfer between them that it become a public issue. This is not a shameless woman. She just want to have a public hearing. Other female senators are jealous of her. They are saying that she is having other privilege than they are having. What is wrong in taking her position? What does taking position translate to? Taking of it translate to what we call it, the sexual harassment. Is she the only woman? Is she the only woman to be? You are accusing Akpabio of sexual harassment and accusing his own family friend of sexual harassment.
Okay.
She is a shameless woman. She should not commented at all. She disgraced that she should Senate committee on discipline. That's thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, well,
I want to
very quickly. I know you want to react to that one, but very quickly because our time
I just want
out.
to say, Chief, that just spoke. I hope when your daughter comes home and said somebody harassed me, he would not say go and sit down. It's not true.
Maybe because, according to him, because she has done the same thing to Yahaya Bello.
That's what I'm saying.
And now she's coming out, and his question is a bit kind of worrisome because he said, if not for the altercation in the Senate House, we should have actually come out with the allegation.
There is something that always leads
to something, of course. Something will have to start before.
Something will have to start for, the armed robber will not mention the other colleague if he has not been arrested.
True.
All right. So something will get to a point where you begin to speak. I'm not saying, like I said, at this point we shouldn't judge all the parties.
Yeah.
We should let the process run its course. For me, let us commend Natasha for speaking out, looking at the caliber of the person he's accusing. Not every woman can
actually stand to do that.
Let us also call Akpabio to defend himself.
True.
All right. Not through his wife, not through a third party,
but through himself.
Because when we do that, we are actually giving voice to our young women, our wife, our daughter, to stand up to things like that in the future. We shouldn't. In the past, in my village, it was unheard of. Somebody a young lady got raped, and the family will cover it. Don't say it. If you say it,
they
will not come and marry you. No, whoever that will marry that girl will marry her. They will not marry her because she was raped or she wasn't raped. There are so many women who are married today because they were never raped. So why are they not married? So when you speak up, the person is apprehended, may have his time in jail or whatever it is.
Okay.
People who wanted to do that will begin to have.
Yes, they will. Thank you very much. Yes, we have to stop because of our time, and we just have 3 minutes left. So I want to use that to appreciate those who have been online. I'm just going to read this last message. Just this message from our viewer. This one is Ubeda from Abuja. Says that let the Senate President state his side of the story and not his spokesperson. person. Anyways, that being said, I want to appreciate all our callers from Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun State. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you so much for airing your view. We really appreciate you. And for all those who could not pick their call, some are still calling. We really do appreciate you. Also, thank you, Chief Godia Foster, for being on the program. Thank you so much. Even though you're wearing white and I'm wearing black.
I told you I'm a man of my people in Akpabio say, since I made my position known, they've been calling me two names. I'm gullible, I'm enemy. To use this opportunity to say I am neither of those two things you call me. I'm a media person. I'm only stating the obvious, and I ask for the law to run its course.
And that's what we always expect here, because we are trying to be the voice of the people.